Hello there and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about alt leveling and alt leveling in the Dragon Isles in Dragonflight. We've just had a new build and it looks like all of that kind of stuff is in now, and we have a little bit more clarity of how you're going to level alts in Dragonflight, and it seems pretty good. But before we jump into all of that, guys, I just want to shout out my Twitch, twitch.tv/MrGM. If you want to see me stream World of Warcraft, Dragonflight Beta, Wrath Lich King Classic and more, over on twitch.tv/MrGM. Every single day. Alright, so yes, in this week's beta build, it looks like we've finally got a first look at Threads of Fate 2.0 and how it's going to work in Dragonflight. Obviously, Threads of Fate back in Shadowlands was a system where you could kind of level through world quests and side quests and not have to do the campaign. Now, Threads of Fate 2.0, which I'm calling it, I'm sure it'll have another name when they officially announce it, is not exactly like that. Now, this is more akin to Legion and Battle for Azeroth in regards to how it works. But before we can talk about that, we kind of need to talk about how it works right now on your first character. So on your first character in Dragonflight, you will enter the Dragon Isles in the Waking Shore. This is going to be your first zone in the Dragon Isles. You'll go from there to the Yanaran Plains, to the Azure Span, and over to Thaldraszus. It's a very linear quest line with kind of leveling stops. So essentially, like at the end of Azure Span, for example, you need to get to level 66 to be able to continue the story. And it's a very linear story. You will have to do some side quests on the way, but for the most part it is just the story quests and side quests to get around the Dragon Isles in those 4 zones. So once you do it on a second character, your experience is going to be a little different. So you still do the intro quest in Stormwind and Orgrimmar. You will still get the boat or the Zeppelin over to the Dragon Isles to the Waking Shore. And once you get there, you still have to do a couple of quests. I think it's like 3 quests just to kill some Protodrakes to get your footing. Then you're going to head to the Wing Rest Embassy. Now here at the Wing Rest Embassy, you're going to talk to Sendrax. Now Sendrax is going to give you a brand new quest called Adventuring in the Dragon Isles. And this is where your Threads of Fate 2.0 comes in. So this will send you to a scouting map. This scouting map right here in the Wing Rest Embassy, and you'll see here that this is a very familiar looking map that we saw in Shadowlands, in Battle for Azeroth, in Legion. So here are the 4 zones, and you can actually choose whatever zone you like to level in. So on this ult, on this level 60 ult, all of the zones are now scaled. So I could go to Thaldraszus, which traditionally is a level 68 zone, and it'll be now level 60 because this is an ult, because I've done it one time on another character. Now, when I click this, this is where the kind of Battle for Azeroth part comes in. This is just going to send me to do the storyline of Thaldraszus, the 4 chapters of Thaldraszus. You accept that, and you'll get a new quest to go to Thaldraszus and start the storyline, which is over there, and you'll just play through the story. Now, you don't have to do the story, you don't have to do these quests if you don't want to. There is other options to level. One of those being World Quests. Yes, World Quests will be available from level 60. They do give XP, as you can see right here, 9,000 XP, and they also do give reputation and items appropriate to your level. Obviously, this will scale as you level up, but you can go around and do World Quests as a method of leveling. Another thing that's available is side quests. Side quests are available in the entire world. All of these side quests in all of the zones will be available to you. So if you want to go down to the Azure Span, which is a higher level zone, that'll be now level 60, and these side quests in that zone will be available to you. So it really is a bit of freedom in regards to how you want to level here. Obviously, most people will probably just pick a zone to do the storyline in, do the side quests, do the world quests, and kind of complete that zone as you go through. But there is a lot of freedom in regards to how you want to level here on your ults. On this fresh character, you're also going to get a couple of flight paths as well. One to Valdrakken, one to kind of the Dragonscale base camp, and one over to like near the Azure Span. These are just going to be default. I would imagine there's going to be like a scouting map of some kind at some point, which is going to give you all the flight paths and the exploration. But as of right now, as a beta, you just get these kind of 4 basic flight paths. But not really the end of the world, because the other thing you can do on ults, and as you probably know, is dragon riding. So once dragon riding is unlocked on your main, which you get from just doing the story quest, you can dragon ride from the get-go on this fresh level 60. As you can see, I have all of the mounts that I have acquired over my other character, and I can mount on those and do dragon riding. Now, as you can see, I have the 3 Vigor, which is kind of the basics of dragon riding, but if you've gone through and unlocked all of the dragon riding things on your main, those will be available on your ult, so you can get into the Dragon Isle straight away and start just unlocking the dragon riding tree without having to go through any of the other stuff or anything like that. You can literally just straight away get maxed out dragon riding, and you can just fly around the Dragon Isles and do world quests and do side quests or the story quests. It's completely up to you how you want to level. on your ults, which is awesome. So as you can see, just maxed out dragon riding just like that. I now have 6 vigor, and I can just bolt around the Dragon Isles as I would normally. And yeah, it's pretty great, honestly. It's a combination of Threads of Fate and BFA and Legion leveling, and I think, honestly, this is probably the best way to do it. You still get to experience the story if you do want to go back and do those story quests, but there is no obligation to. But to be perfectly honest, if you are wanting to level up Renown and things like that, it is probably best to do the story because you get a lot of reputation from that, as well as world quests, as well as side quests, and reputation grinding and Renown is kind of going to be your casual endgame activities. Now, Renown is not account-wide, but the unlocks are, so if your main has like 30 Renown and a bunch of stuff unlocked, you can obtain those on your ult as well. But if you do want to farm reputation and Renown on a character, and you could do that through the story quest, through the world quest, through the side quests, and it seems like a good system. As I said, this seems like a kind of perfect combination of Threads of Fate and what happened in BFA and Legion as well. So yeah, there you go, guys. Threads of Fate 2.0, or alt leveling catch-up, whatever you want to call it, is coming in Dragonflight. Let me know down below what you think of this system. Is this good? Is this bad? Would you prefer it if you just went and had to do the story again? I'd love to know your guys' thoughts. If you have any, tidbits from the beta as well about this, I'd love to know. But I am going to do some level testing on this as well on the stream, see how fast it is, see how different it is to doing just the story quests. It's got to be a lot faster, surely. So we will definitely see with that. So guys, thank you very much for watching. Before I go, I'd like to give a massive shout out to my amazing patrons, YouTube channel members, and Twitch subs. You guys are awesome. And if you'd like to support the channel in any of those ways, links are down below. So leave a like on this video, guys, if you liked it, and subscribe if you haven't. I've also got a partner Discord channel with over 3,000 members, and as I said, I'm now streaming on twitch.tv/MrGM. If you want to see me stream World of Warcraft, Dragonflight Beta, Dragonflight Launch, Wrath of the King Classic, any sort of World of Warcraft, guys, I'm over on twitch.tv/MrGM every single day. And with that, guys, I'll see you next time.